In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to build a fully functional chatbot with n8n and publish it on your very own website. So this chatbot will be able to answer any questions about your business because we'll give them a knowledge, remember all the conversations, let users schedule a meeting with you, and track all conversations by just sending for you the regular updates. Additionally, if you keep watching this video, I will show you how you can get this template 100% for free and use it right away. But now, with all that being said, let's get started. And the first thing we wanna add is a trigger, and we wanna pick a particular trigger, which is gonna be on a chat message. And why? Because basically it allows us to make the chat publicly available. And then, basically, if we choose embedded chat, we can open the website right here, and we've got exact instruction how we can embed our chat on our very own website, and about it in a while. However, before we do this, let's go ahead and add our AI agent. So right away, our very own chatbot will be able to answer the questions. So for now, let's open the chat and type hey, and then just basically define below the prompt. So let's provide the chat message, give a chat model, so let's say OpenAI, and right away what we can do is to give a memory. And we do this because basically we want our chatbot to exactly know the previous messages, to have some context, okay, about previous runs of this workflow. So we want to avoid a situation when the user talks with our chatbot and then every time it doesn't remember what was said, okay? So it's the simple memory thing and purpose. For that case, we can go ahead and provide 10. So it means how many past interactions the model receives as context. 10, I think, is really enough. If you wish to have just bigger number, go up to 15, okay? And for now, I can say we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and try to publish our very own AI agent on the website. So when we go once again to the chat, and we go right here to this link, we've got the instruction how we should embed our AI agent, our chatbot, okay? And the thing is, we need to pick this specific option. So we've got CDN embed. Add the following code to your HTML page, okay? So we need this entire script, and in this place, we need to give our production webhook URL, okay? For this case, if you don't have the website, okay, as I do, you can go ahead and just open Google Sites. It's a platform that allows you to just host your very own pages, okay? You can create right here the blank site, and as I do, just test out this specific thing. In the right top corner, we've got embed option. So let's say I pick the embed option and I embed the code right there. Let's go here and just copy it. And right now, what we want to do is to go ahead to our workflow and right here pick our specific chat URL, okay? We need to paste it right there instead of the webhook, production webhook URL. And with that being said, we can click at next and we can insert our very own chat, okay? It's gonna be here, the place is random, but for now also we need to just publish our very own AI agent. So it can actually work. Basically, we need to solve some issues. Chat model subnode must be connected and enabled. So I can see it's here. Okay, so let's run it for now. Perfect. Let's publish it. And basically, yeah, we need to make it public because this is the production URL. So that means the automation must be public so the agent works. Okay. So now in the right top corner, let's make this website published and let's give it a name, something like this, some random numbers. Let's publish it. And then we'll just, let's just pick our URL. So go basically here, view published site. And this is the first step for making our chatbot. Obviously, we've got some specific things. So hi there, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you today? And basically, to answer your question, you can customize the look of this chatbot. These placeholders, what is typed here, you can customize everything you want. Afterwards, I will show you that, how you can do this at the end of this video. But for now, we'll focus on creating perfect AI agent to use. So it should be functional and it should work. Let's test it out. So I can type hi there. Okay, this is the first thing. hello, how can I assist you today? When we go ahead to our automation and we click at executions, we can notice, we can take a look what happens here. So perfect, it works. Let's go ahead right there and could you tell me 3 productivity tips? And remember, this is the first stage at building our chatbot. We know how to publish it on our website and how to use it. And we see that it works basically, okay? So it gave us 3 productivity tips. And once again, when we go here, when we go to executions, let's refresh it. We can see it works. So this is our first stage. Remember, we don't have any tools connected, any like the think node connected, like any even system message here. So it's gonna be much more sophisticated. So keep watching this video. So once we know how our chatbot works, that we can actually publish it on our website and how to do this, let's go ahead. And basically, remember, it's our business agent. So what we wanna do is for sure give him, this agent, some knowledge to base on. So maybe some document about our company, some other information, so it has some context. Because now, once our users want to use our agent, it doesn't know anything. It doesn't have any context. It only knows what is inside this agent, okay? Right now, to basically do this stuff, so to give them some knowledge, we'll be using something called the vector store. The first thing we want to add from the tool is answer questions from vector store. So where do we have it? A vector store question answer tool. Perfect. Now to this tool, which is answer questions with a vector store, we want to give it some model. So OpenAI to actually think, and to just operate the entire stuff. Then to this tool, also you want to add a vector store to retrieve information from somewhere, okay? So for that case, I'm using Pinecone vector store. And here I've got an account connected. If you don't have the one, you need to just create it. And we've got the operation mode, which is retrieve documents. And for the index, I've got customer support. When I move on to Pinecone, I can take a look and I have 2 indexes. And that means I've got 2 basically separated databases with some information. When I go ahead to company data, I can see right there I've got a lot of, I've got a lot of results. So these are kind of the parts of documents separated basically, and they are inside my database. For now, if you don't know how to use the vector store, how to upload the documents, and you don't have the experience with it, let me guide you very quickly how to do this. So basically, to just manage our vector store, upload here the documents and basically information, we've got a few different methods how we can do this. Of course, you can go ahead right here to your vector store and just click on Upsert Record and then just add it manually, okay? However, this is the way which is not that convenient. Basically, we've got this automation that allows me to just upload whenever the document is uploaded to Google Drive. We download it and automatically the text is extracted from here and uploaded to our Pinecone vector store. So basically, I don't need to do anything here. At the beginning of the video, I said I've got for you the template for this entire workflow, which will be built. And also I will give you the free template for this entire workflow. To get access to it, just move on to our AI enthusiasts community on School. I will put the link in the description of this video and go ahead to Classroom. You will find Christian YouTube resources. And right there, you will have these 2 templates ready to download, so website chatbot and vector database. But let's go back to our main workflow, and now basically to the Pinecone vector store, I can add the embedding model. So it's gonna be the OpenAI. And then also I need to change the dimension to 1024 because the dimension of the Pinecone store basically is also 1024. Otherwise, I think the default one is, let me see. I think the default one is 1536. So we are gonna have the problem, and this way we avoid it. Okay, perfect. So now we've got our very own vector database, vector store connected to our AI agent, and it's able to answer us the questions about our company. And for sure, basically you can provide here like any information you wish. Maybe you want to provide here like the book even in the PDF format. Maybe some document about the company in the PDF format, and so on and so on. you can do this by using this specific workflow, okay? Then, of course, you can use your specific index, so your vector database, and now our AI agent is capable to answer us the questions. So let's ask him something. So the thing is, I want to ask about DFA Course Academy, because inside this vector store, I've got the details about my company, like some little information. So let's ask him what he knows about it. And this way we check if it works. So if our vector store works, okay? So could you tell me something about DFA Course Academy? Let's basically ask a question. It should go ahead to the vector store, retrieve the information, and give us the answer, okay? So I don't have specific information about DFA Course Academy. However, still, it looks like it worked. So let's ask other thing. What we can ask, what topics do your courses cover, okay? Let's ask this thing. Let's move on right there. And yeah, see if it works. So we are gonna have some topics for sure. And the courses at DFA Course Academy focus on AI automation, yeah, including Zapier and Notion and business efficiency. So for sure it works. And this way we actually gave our AI agent some context to work with. Okay, so right now the next thing we wanna do is to actually give our AI agent access to schedule the meetings for clients with us, okay? It's gonna be super helpful because not only our AI agent is gonna just, have the possibility to answer any question. However, if the user wants to, let's say, just meet with us, like if the answer or just help from our AI agent is not sufficient, then the client's gonna be just able to schedule a meeting. So we pick calendar. And for the calendar, we wanna create an event. We pick our calendar. And for the start and end date, we'll just use the specific icon. So we let AI define this parameter, okay? Based on the context, so let's say user wants to just schedule a meeting at 3 p.m., agent will be able to just fill it on its own. Another thing we wanna add here is another field, which is description. So basically, also we let the AI define this parameter, and it's gonna give us some context about the person that scheduled a meeting, okay? Also, we can actually code, basically just train, give the system message to our agent, basically asking him to every time ask, let's say, for an email or some other information. That's gonna be super useful. When we create an event in calendar, also agent should have access to the check availability node, okay? So remember, before just scheduling a meeting, for sure, agent should just check, all right, if we don't have any other meeting right now, like at this specific time. For that case, we pick calendar and we check availability. Also, we just let AI define this parameter, also this one, and now we are ready to go. The last thing we wanna just change right here is the name. So check availability. And now right here, schedule meeting, okay? So it's gonna be just more convenient for a model because afterwards we'll give him some instructions. Also remember, we didn't give the instructions so far, the system message. So now is the great time to do this because otherwise with these tools, so with these three tools, it may have some problems to decide basically to just perform some operations because once again, we don't have any system message given. So right now, let's add the one. So the system message for sure is gonna be really sophisticated due to the complexity of problem, of the chatbot. For sure, we wanna have the agent that's gonna be really capable of answering every question and just using every tool. That's why we've got this long instructions, okay? So first, we've got the role and purpose. You're a customer support agent for DFA Course Academy. This is the thing you change only, okay? So we change only the specific stuff. Your purpose is to deliver fast, accurate, and friendly support by answering learner questions using verified information from the vector database and official Q&A. You act as a dependable guide for both prospective and enrolled learners. Capabilities: retrieve, verify, and summarize information from the vector database, answer questions, provide guidance, offer links, blah, blah, blah. For the tools, I listed out every tool. So we've got OpenAI model, obviously. We've got a simple memory, which allows us to store and recall short-term conversations. we've got a think tool that we'll add in a while, and it allows us to basically just let our agent to be more capable to just use more tools, to just basically think more. We've got schedule meeting tool, check availability, and also we've got additional tool that's going to be super useful. And here we'll be just sending all the reports from our conversations. So if the person sends a message, automatically our A agent will also send a report with this message, with the session ID, and basically we've got here one additional field, but about it later. We've got interaction style, so for sure warm, supportive, and professional. Use short, clear, 3 sentences, confirm understanding before giving technical or multi-step instructions, and so on. Example output and notes, so you also give a current time, which is really important. Perfect. Now I need to say we've got a lot of tools right now, so let's test out our very own AI agent on the website. Okay, so let's go to our website, open the chat and ask, for example, hello, what courses do you offer? So let's take a look if it works properly. We can go ahead to our workflow, to executions, and now we can see it's running. We should get a response, and it's really fast. I mean, it takes only several seconds. So DFA Course Academy offers courses focused on AI automation using tools like Zapier and Notion. Okay, it's great. But now maybe let's try to just schedule a meeting. Okay, I would like to talk with real person. Can I actually schedule a meeting? So not only will test out if schedule meeting note works, but also if memory note works, okay? Because I'm not giving any data right here, okay? So then, okay, yes, you can schedule a meeting to speak with a real person. Please provide me with the date, time, purpose of the meeting, and your email address, and I will help set it up, okay? So, okay, the meeting, like the date is tomorrow for, I don't know, let's say 8 a.m. Then we are gonna have, let's say, for 1 hour. Purpose of the meeting is a talk about courses at DFA Course Academy. And my email is, let's give him some email. Okay, do we have all the details? When would you like to have the meeting? Okay, I think yes. Let's go on. And now I hopefully we see like, yeah, this agent works properly. Because remember, everything basically depends from our instructions we have inside. So yeah, your meeting to talk about courses is scheduled for tomorrow. You can view and manage event here. Okay, let's take a look. All right. We've got 8 a.m. right now, and I see we've got 2 meetings somehow. But still, the information is great because we've got a meeting to talk about the courses, email, so we've got the details about the person, but we've got specifically 2 meetings. So let's take a look what happened here. It used simple memory. Okay. And we've got here the meeting scheduled. However, the meeting is scheduled twice. So this way, let's go ahead and just make sure it doesn't schedule meetings twice, okay? Schedule meetings or sessions when required. Make sure you only schedule 1 meeting at the time. Okay, it should help. Perfect. So we made sure that our agent works. We actually have it on our very own website. And the last thing, basically the last 2 nodes, are gonna be the Superchat node, which is the tool I'm using, which is about like this is multi-inbox, and it works this way. We can store here the messages from WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, and so on. So right here, when I go ahead, I can go ahead here and just connect multiple channels. And once again, I store here my messages. And right there, I would like to store, after every message, okay, I would like here to send me an update, okay? An update with some necessary information. So let's set up the specific node step by step. Also remember, I will put the link to Superchat in the description of this video. You can access it. And it's actually, you've got here the free trial. So you can try it out for free. So now we've got message, send message, and here sender name. We can just make sure it's a assistant. Let's pick the channel. So I've got my Telegram account connected right here. When I go ahead to settings and to this inbox, I've got this Telegram. Also, you can connect WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and so on, as I said. And then we need to provide the identifier and message ID. So overall, I can say it's a little tricky because most of the time we've got the trigger, which is, for example, let's say Superchat, and then we actually respond to this message. So we've got these IDs. However, for now, we've got a chat and we've got only this specific node for sending updates, okay? So this way, we need to just somehow get these two fields. So for now, let's unlink the chat trigger and let's provide another trigger, which will be the super chat. So this way, we just on inbound message for sure we pick it. This way, we can actually, for now only, just trigger this specific automation with it, and then basically just only copy these values and just delete it afterwards. So this is the fastest way to do this, basically. So let's execute the workflow for now. Basically, let's execute this specific thing. Before, obviously, we need to go ahead and just provide here some values so it doesn't crash. Let's execute this node. And now, as I have it connected with Telegram, let's send here a message. So, for example, hey, whatever. And then we'll have like the information from here. All right. So right now we can see we've got all of these identifiers and codes we can use inside this specific node. So now for the identifier, we pick this specific variable, so from ID, but we don't pick actually the variable, however, the static code, because like it doesn't do anything, but without it, we can't process with this specific node, if that makes sense. So we need to just have this specific code. For the message ID, we pick our message ID, and from this moment, we are able to send the context to our super chat and to basically store here all the updates about the messages we receive inside our chatbot. And for sure, it's really important because we want to just store our data somewhere, okay? For the text, we just provide here some specific values. So basically, what we want to do right now is to just go ahead, just unlink it, provide it here, and now just provide some message. So just hey. And now, once we have it inside the super chat, we want to have the user's message. So we give it right here. Then we'll have the response from AI. So AI response. And for this case, we can't pick a variable, specific variable. We need to use something like $sign from AI, and we give some context. So AI response. Then we provide the comma, right, just beyond this thing. We provide the comma. We give some description for AI. So this is a response from AI to the user. And also we give it the type of the response. So it's a string. And at the end, we just track the session ID. Session ID. So we know that, let's say that the user, let's say the user writes with our AI agent, and we see where it started to, like, AI agent started to just speak with this user, and when the conversation ended, and when, for instance, we've got the new conversation, and so on and so on. So we pick our session ID, we give it right here, and then we can just check it out. But before it, we need to actually also give our AI agent a think node, because I found basically that we can use the think node to exactly define every time after just creating the response, it should use a super chat node. If we have a lot of nodes inside our AI agent, sometimes it may be not that accurate. It may miss some tool, doesn't use some tool, or just avoid it. There is no point why. But still, we need to just have workaround for this specific case. So now I can type some specific description. So it's really simple. You must make sure you use Superchat tool. And once we have it, we can save this agent and we are ready to go. We set up our specific agent for our website from scratch. And now let's check out if it works basically, okay? So let's go ahead here, refresh the page, open the chat, and now type something like, hello, can I take a refund for my course? And then basically all the time, let's open Superchat. It should send also an update in my basically in my chat here. So let's move on. Okay, so we have it. So we've got the user's message. Hello, can I take a refund for my course? A response and the session ID. So for sure it works. Even let's go ahead to n8n, look at the executions. So what it used, basically our memory, our vector store right here, and also it sent a message in Superchat. So this way we've created a fully functional AI agent for our website. But now there is the last important question. We've got our chatbot, which is fully functional. However, the look of it is not that compelling. We've got, for example, the starters. Okay, so hi, my name is n8n. How can I assist you today? So for sure, we want to customize it for our needs, make it really professional and compelling. If you go ahead to the link that we used to actually copy this code for installation, for embedding the agent, if you scroll down, you've got other options. So for instance, right now we can take this code, and instead of this specific thing, of this specific code part, so create chat, you can just paste it here and you can customize it. So for example, initial messages you can change the title, subtitle, footer, get started, and so on. So we can change these options. Additionally, if you scroll down, you've got all the options for, here for the look of your agent. And for sure, you can go ahead to ChatGPT and tell him to just, just customize for you this code to make the agent and the chatbot really compelling and beautiful. But still, you can do this stuff within basically your entire code. You can just then embed it and have your very own chatbot. For now, I won't be showing how to do this, but you can just play with it and, just customize your very own bot. So in this video, I showed you basically how to build from scratch your very own chatbot with n8n, how to publish it on your website, how to customize it, how to use vector stores here, how to connect him with the calendar, how to just track your conversations with the Superchat, and also how you can basically change the look of your agent and all of the options. I hope you enjoyed it. For now, if you want, please leave me a like for the YouTube algorithm, click the subscribe button. Remember also to check out our AI enthusiasts community. So here you can get your free templates right there. Also, you've got a lot of other important and really useful templates. You've got the community of users, so I really encourage you to join. For now, once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next material on this channel.